bin day. I've just brought my bins up and this plover is swooping me. He's the one that's got the eggs in my backyard. So he's not impressed. Like, I'm not even in the backyard, I'm in the front yard. But he still thinks that he can come and swoop me. Don't you? Oh well. Anyway, we're in the front yard. This is my street. Beautiful spring morning, and there he goes again, swooping me from behind. That one's close. I'm not even in the backyard. Why are you giving me a hard time? Oh dear. This is my front yard. This is my driveway. I'm in the middle of renovations, as you know, so my driveway needs to be pulled up and redone. He's still swooping me. Oh dear. I need to go and get ready for work. So, I've got light in my eyes. Down there is where I'm building that granny flat that I've been telling you about. So that's down there. Oh, there he goes. He's swooping me still. Oh, how funny. I'll get to the front door eventually and he'll stop. So anyway, that's my front yard. Can't really see, the sun's in my eyes. Did you see that? I don't even know if I'm getting this on film because I can't see a thing into my screen. It's just so glary. Come over here and stand in the shade, then I can actually see what I'm doing. I don't know why you're giving me such a hard time, Plover. Their eggs haven't hatched yet. It's quite amusing, isn't it? He thinks he's doing the right thing anyway. He's just landed up there. All right, I'll leave it there. Gotta go and get ready for work. See you soon. G'day guys, welcome back. I'm going to do another experiment for you today, but before I get started, I want to show you the results of those two metallic pearl pours that I did, one using the Deco Art Extreme Sheen Gold and the other one with the Deco Art Metallics Gold. I don't know if there's any difference at all. This one was a bit thicker, I had to thin it down a bit, but I'll show you the difference anyway. One of them did get ruined, I'm sad to say. That's them there. There's fingerprints in that one. I was showing the ladies at the workshop, you know, the different coloured pearls they could do because they were doing pearl pours. And I said, I've only just poured this yesterday. It's still wet. And yeah, I don't know why people feel the need to touch paintings. But anyway, so they have turned out really, really pretty. I probably will say that I would prefer this one. I'll get up close and show you. And I don't know whether it's maybe because the mix was a little bit thicker. Now, if you have a look at the edges of the pearls, they're quite round. And if you look at the edges of this one, they're kind of more like you can almost see through them. They're not as, how can I put it? Maybe this one, this was the small bottle, and like the edges are quite defined. Whereas these ones, you can kind of see through the paint in a few areas. But maybe this was the tub, so I did have to water that down a little bit, so maybe I watered it down too much. It's just lost its defined ring, I guess. Anyway, I know what I mean. You probably can't tell the difference. So that one was that, and that one was that. So I can see, as I said, a little bit of difference, but it's really not that much difference. These are getting quite scarce, so if you can't get that, just use that. It really works out about the same price in Australia anyway. Okay, enough of that. Let's move on. Look what I've got. Look how exciting this is. It's a 4 split cup. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've had that made by a 3D printer. I haven't used it yet, so you're going to be the first ones to see. The only thing I'm a bit concerned on is when I pour it out, am I going to get 4 distinct lines of paint, or are they going to come together? Because when I got that other one, where is it now? When I got this one, I was a bit upset because I got a stream through there and a stream through there, and they actually came out in 2 separate streams, but that's a much wider divider there. So we'll see. If it doesn't work, I'm going to ask them to do the same thing but do a spout. So anyway, enough of that. Let's get going. I'm just going to do white, copper, black and gold. My white and the black are Mont Marte paint, the Studio Acrylic, and the 2 metallics are Global, copper and gold. So that's them. I have mixed all the paints with my 70-30 glue mix. When I'm doing a ring pour, I prefer the thicker mix, so I go to the 30 and 70. When I'm doing my flip cups, they probably go a little bit thinner, so 65-35. Ratios. The white was 1:1. These 2 I had to mix a little bit thicker, so probably 1.25, like 1 1/4 pouring paint to 1 part pouring medium. And the same with this, except the opposite way. The black was really thick, so I did about 60 grams of pouring medium to 40 grams of paint. So 1.5 times pouring medium to 1 part paint. Rightio! Now these apparently hold 125 mils each. So I'm not sure what that's going to look like in grams, but we'll see how much I can put in there. Okay, so obviously mils is more than grams, because I made up about 100 grams of mixed paint. I mean, you don't want to have it so full that you can't tip it, but yeah, I did 50 grams of pouring medium and 50 grams of white, so that's 100. And then I'm going to do the copper. I don't want the white next to the black, but I thought the black would be nice between the 2 metallics, so I'm just going to pour that one in. Now I will be able to get these printed. Did you know that that takes 30 hours, that's 30 hours, to print one of these cups? Go figure. I had no idea. So I said to them, well, I'm going to need 100. I think they got a bit of a shock. 30 hours each. They said, oh, that's okay, we've got a few machines, but it's still not going to be like next day delivery, that's for sure. But we'll see how they go. If it works, you guys in Australia, I'll order some for us. I did make up a little bit of extra black in another cup just to do my corners. And I did that at a 2:1 ratio for my edges. I did 2 parts pouring medium and 1 part paint. So I've got that there as well. I'm just emptying the leftovers from this black into my other black. Waste not, want not. So that's going to be just my little flow enhancer for my corners. Put you there. And the other thing I'm not sure about, if I want it, the cup maybe a little bit taller, because I've got relatively small hands, I think. So holding the cup Maybe it would be better if it was a little bit narrower and taller, but we'll see. See how I go with it. I'll still be able to manage it. I'm just thinking, like, if I'm going to get them made. Oh, it's quite heavy. So 2 cups worth in there, 125 mils in each compartment is 2 cups. See, for me to hold it, I mean, I can, but I would hate to drop it. So I may get it to make it a little bit taller and narrower. Okay, here we go. Please all see the white's a little bit less. I wonder if I can just make up a touch of white real quick, because the others are going to start flowing and the white's going to be left behind. Just going to make just a tiny little bit of white left. They did say, this is the prototype, they did say that one of the compartments was a little bit bigger, so that's it there. That one's a little bit bigger than the others, and you can see that it is a little bit bigger. But they said if you're happy with it, we'll just, you know, we'll change it. We'll fix it up if you want to go ahead and order more. So just pop a little bit more white into that one. Hopefully they'll all kind of come out at the same time. Now the copper's got less. Oh, it doesn't matter. Let's just do it, hey? Ugh. Okay, here we go. So the white's going to come out first by the looks of it. Maybe I'll do that. I just have no idea what's going to happen, whether they're going to come out in 4 streams or 1 stream, or I'm just going to do a ring pour anyway as they start coming out. Ooh. Ooh, look at that. They are coming out in 1 stream. Oh, how pretty is that? I guess if you hold it up high enough, they will like all join together. That's really pretty, isn't it? Probably should have laid down a base coat so that they slid around more easily. Now, as it's getting closer to the end, I'm going to have to get closer to the surface. Oops, this takes a bit of practice because it wants to wriggle. Because it's kind of coming out in a sheet and I want it to circle. So it's a bit tricky. It'll take a little bit of practice, I think, for me to work that one out. Maybe side to side would be better, like that, just side to side. Up and down certainly won't be a problem. When I do my jiggle paws, it'll be easy, but just trying to make a circle out of that big sheet that's coming down isn't that easy. And I have to get close enough to the surface because it's starting to wobble. If you go too high up, it'll just wobble, and I want more of a circle. So it's going to take a little bit of practice to work that out, but I'm sure I will manage it, and I think that'll be enough. Let's catch the drips. Woohoo! Okay, so I've got the gold and the black on the one side, because obviously those two were on that side, and then I've got the copper and the white on this side. That's going to be interesting, isn't it? I guess if you wanted to, you know, you could layer these. You could do half one colour, half another colour in each compartment. You could do whatever you wanted to. I basically just wanted to see how they would flow out. I'm going to torch this because I've got bubbles. Just lightly. There's no silicone oil in this, so and I don't want cells. I might even thin this out just a touch more, so I really want the rings to flow over the black. It's really pretty, isn't it? I wonder what's going to happen once I start stretching it out. Let's pop some black here. Someone's just pulled up in my driveway. I wonder who it is. One or two people. It's either my daughter Gemma or it's the postie. My daughter's moved back home again, my youngest. I think it's been her third time now that she's moved out and come back, moved out, come back, moved out, come back. I'm just looking for my little tool. Yes, well, someone's just come through, so it's her. Oh no, I forgot to turn my notifications off. I thought I did it. Never mind, sorry, just ignore them. If it gets bad, I'll just pause the video. I'll turn the notifications off, mute them, and then we'll go again, eh? I did mean to turn them off. Well, got way too much paint here on my black, way too much. Only needs to be a thin layer, really. I'll scrape some of it off and go over the sides. If it's too thick and too much, this ring won't flow over it, and you really want it to flow over it. Hopefully I'm not going to lose too much of my gold here. I'll have to be careful not to lose too much of the gold. It's always a problem when you're doing a round ring on a rectangle canvas. You do lose part of it, don't you? I'm just going to take this over the edges so that my sides are covered. So I actually don't mind if I get black corners on this. I think it would look really stunning. See how the black's just blending into that black there? So yeah, I don't mind if I get the black corners. So we'll just... Sorry, taking time here, just going over. You guys can fast forward if you don't want to watch this. Oh, the plover eggs hatched this morning. If you haven't been watching my videos, you probably don't know about my little plovers. It's a bird, native Australian bird, and every year well, sometimes twice a year, they nest in my backyard. And I showed you a video, actually I think I might have only just put it up today, video, which you won't see today, you will have already seen it, of the nest. So I put that one up, and then I'll show you the one afterwards, and then the one after that is the cute little plovers. So yeah, keep watching, I'll show you them. Alright, that's enough of edges. Let's do this. Oh, don't leave, don't go, gold, don't go. I'm going to keep my gold. Back to the middle. And I'm going to keep that black there. I think that looks pretty there. So I'll take a bit of that off and keep that black corner as well. Back to the middle. Off we go, back to this corner here. Keep a little bit of that for now anyway. Oh, look at those rings opening up. Aren't they gorgeous? Gorgeous. Okay, I'll keep that black there as well. You know, you don't have to take your paint over the corners. You don't have to. Just want to fix this bit here. There we go. Kind of had my finger in it, I think. Oh, love that. And the colours are so crisp. That's because, no, I had the split cup, so the colours didn't blend in the cup. Every time when you're doing ring pours, every time you shake your cup like that, the paint in the cup gets mixed with the other colours. So it starts off nice and bright, but the colours left in the bottom, they tend to be quite muddy. So what do you think of that, you guys? Look at these little wispy areas. Might just take it down that way just a touch, because there's quite a lot of dark area just here. Look at my gloves. Oh. Just a touch, and that's opening up all these gorgeous lines here. I have to take get a little bit more paint off just there and then bring it back. Just got to be careful not to leave too much paint on the surface. All right, I really like that. What are you? Oh, you're just a bubble. Okay, you can stay. Righto, let me take you down for a close up. Do I need to center it a little bit more? No, I'm just gonna leave it. Actually, you know, like an oblong going that way, diagonal, would look really pretty too. Oh, this was fun, you guys. I like this cup. Just taking my gloves off here because I'm such a mess. Got black paint everywhere. Now, the other thing I must tell you about these cups, I'm just going to put that so it doesn't drip. If you're using one of these, straight away go and pop it under warm water. Not boiling water, not really hot because, you know, it's plastic, it might melt. But because it's going to be hard to clean in there, you're going to have to get one of those little bottle brushes, you know, maybe for baby bottles or something, so that you can actually get in there. But put it under water straight away so that it can start soaking and loosening up a bit. Otherwise it's going to be difficult to clean, I think. Now the copper kind of got a bit lost, didn't it? The white's kind of taken over. But it's still, I think it's really still stunning. I really like that. Once it dries, the copper will be a little bit more apparent, I guess. Where can I show you? It's not going to be too difficult to see. Okay, look at these stripies. I've kept my black corners, as you know. Look at those gorgeous lines. Is it focusing? Hope so. So I've got really, really thin, wispy lines. So pretty. Like that block of gold there. Oh, look at that. That wispiness of the white into the black. See, I couldn't have done that with my old Global paints. The black and the white just would not do that. That would just split and go cloudy. Just amazing. Really, really love this. So it's amazing what you can do, the different results you can get from having a split cup. Now that just looks, I guess, orange and white. But it is copper. Once it dries, we'll be able to see the difference. Ooh, let's have a look at the middle, actually. Let's look at the middle. It turned out really pretty, didn't it? So there you go. I don't know if we need a spout. What do you think? Maybe I'll get them to make us one with a spout. Only because when the paint poured out, it poured out in more of a sheet rather than like a little stream. So me trying to make a circle out of a flat sheet when it came out was a bit tricky. So I think I'll ask them just to make me one with a spout. And I'll try that, and then once I've worked out which is better, then I'll get them to make them in bulk for us. Oops, there it goes again, sorry. All right, I'll leave it at that, and yeah, keep watching. It won't be for a few days. I'll get onto them now. They can make another one, and I should have it in 2 days, and I'll have another go. Righto, thanks for watching. Bye for now.